Welcome back to Fishing Texas with Clark Wendlandt. This portion of the show is brought to you by Cabela's, the world's foremost outfitter of hunting, fishing, and outdoor gear. Ranger boats, still building legends one at a time. And by the Texas Team Trail, an all-new tournament series.
We've just been working through this flat right here, and what we got on this flat is we got big, thick, heavy pods of grass and then open areas, and the fish are spawning in the open little sand areas. There's a lot of fish in here. We've seen some 2-pounders. We've even seen a couple 5- or 6-pounders. We got like 3 on one bed right here, and we got a little ripple over it, so I can't really see exactly what's going on, but there's one may have bit it right there. I wasn't sure. I think we got a pretty good chance to catch one of these. You know, the great thing about sight fishing is to me, it's a lot more like hunting. It's not actually fishing all the time. It's actually looking for fish, getting on the trolling motor and finding them. And when you find them, the whole key is observing that fish. Every fish is different. You know, guys want to say, well, how do I catch that fish? And what I tell them is every single bass is different. You got to put your bait in the bed and leave it still and see how the fish reacts to it. If he's scared of it, you do it one way. If he's aggressive towards it, then you'll do something different. But you just got to get the bait in the bed and just leave it there. Hey, it's a great way to fish. You know, a lot of times you'll kind of find an area that's got a lot of fish in there. And so what I'm done is I've come in here, there's actually 3 different beds in here, and there's males, and they're pretty small males, 1.5 to 2-pound males on all of them. And then there's some big females, 4 or 5-pounders. That are just kind of cruising around, but they're really spooky. I don't have any idea if we can catch any of them. What we're gonna do is, a lot of times the male will bite really fast. Sometimes it's good to catch that fish, the female will then move up, sometimes it's not. And so, you know, what I'll do is a lot of times I'll just get in an area and actually just sit there and kind of watch, see what's happening, see where the fish are reacting at, and kind of where they're positioning themselves at, and how spooky the fish really is. If the female really won't come back very good, well, I might as well just go ahead and catch the male and then not worry about it, or maybe then the female will move up. So right now, we're just gonna kind of sit here and watch for just a minute and then see if we can catch a few of these. So anyway, we're sitting here fishing for this bedding fish and look down in the water, and there is a black and red, a lot of red on him, crawfish, sitting right here, about the coolest thing I've ever seen. It's a giant one, 2 of them, seen 2 different ones already. Absolutely, that's probably what they're feeding on. So we're gonna change, we're gonna put a black and red tube on, which I've already sight fished a little bit with today, and see if that'll make a little bit of difference. I'm gonna catch this crawfish first though. You know, the 3 most important things to keep in mind when sight fishing are, first of all, bait selection. You know, what bait is gonna trigger that bass? It's not always gonna be the same. For me, I like a tube the best. I like getting that bait in the bed and then start observing that fish. That's the second one. Keeping an eye on the fish. And every fish is different. You know, people say, well, how do I catch a fish? And I say, well, you gotta watch him. You gotta get the bait in the bed and then see how the fish reacts. There'll usually be a little part of that bed, a little spot that's in that bed that's where the fish doesn't want that bait the most. And then the third is patience. If you're not patient, you have no chance to catch sight fish. I've spent up to 4 hours sitting on one fish before, and you know, that's not a norm, and sometimes I'll decide it's not worth it to catch that fish, but a lot of times you're just gonna have to sit there and pay attention to that fish, be patient. And those 3 things will catch you a lot of fish. Oh, shit. Oh, that's a good one. Bit first cast. I was afraid we'd messed it up by catching that little one. All right. Woo, that's a nice one. Look at that fish. Black and red tube. Awesome. That's probably 6-pounder anyway. Big old head on it. I know a lot of you guys are competitive tournament fishermen. I want to tell you about a great new tournament trail. Best news in fishing this year, the TXTT, Texas Tournament Trail. It's a great team format. You can fish with your buddy, your son, whoever, and enjoy fishing. Paybacks are great, pay out to 50th place. We're gonna put all the information up on the screen right now. Check it out.